Nice.
Hi guys,
You know what? Look,
welcome back.
welcome back.
One more,
Yeah.
one more video, one more time.
Yeah.
Today's Monday. We are doing on different
early.
days, but we are doing.
We're starting off the week on a good note.
Yes.
Why start and wait till the end of the week for the best part? We start the best part in the beginning of the week.
Yes, like that. Sounds nice. So
It's too hard to wait all the way till the end to get to the best good. We have some good things we need to talk about.
Yes, maybe we should talk like maybe 2 times on the week when
Yeah.
we have like good things. We just do maybe quickly 30 minutes, 20 minutes video, but bring some nice things.
Yes.
And we because we didn't last week, we're gonna try to speak a little bit about the last parasha,
Yeah.
and the parasha of this week is one complete the other one, and Bubs talk about what we was talk here. It's about tzedakah, about help people, about those things. You want to start with it?
Yeah. Maybe we should move it a little bit close if we can, so we can hear more. I think it might be a little far from us. Yeah, good. So we had last week, we talked a little bit about the Beit HaMikdash, the temple, and the Jewish people commanded by God to give gold and silver and copper, all the precious metals, to Moses to donate for building the temple. And this taught us a lot about charity, and we talked about giving charity whenever we can, even if we see somebody, like we saw somebody standing at the corner of the street, and Lewis stopped and gave money, and we talked about charity, which is most important. And then this week it continues with giving the half of the shekel. Giving half the shekel. This was like a form of counting. Also to count the people. Hashem told Moses, instead of counting the people, see how many people there was. You do a census. You count 1, 2, 3, or ask everybody to send in a mail, a letter, whatever. He said this: take from every person, take half a coin called the shekel, which is the currency they used in those days, and they still use it today in Israel. The
So
shekel.
like a minimal part, everybody could have a shekel.
Yeah,
like a half
everybody
shekel.
has a shekel. It's like
Right.
a dollar today. It's like it would be like a dollar. You have a shekel, so you give half. Everyone give half a shekel. So there's many interpretations of why they gave half, which we can discuss also. But the main idea was to give it the money it went towards the temple and towards building the temple. They must have brought in millions of shekel, and they used this to build the temple and for different community needs. There are some interpretations that say that the reason they gave God told them to give only half each. You bring half and I bring a half of the coin, because it teaches us that each one of us is only a half. We are not complete. If we get together and we are united and we have peace, we are one. We can do a lot more with two than with one. With one, we are only a half. We're not complete. And the same goes also with a husband and wife. They say like a husband and wife. The Gemara and the Talmud talks a lot about this, that the husband and our wife are they're like one unit, even one soul. They come down to this world. The husband and the wife are like one soul, but they're split in two. And when they get married, they are now complete. So they are both half. They're like they're half of shekel. So God says, give half to remember we are only half. We are never complete by ourselves. A person should never say, oh, I have everything. I know everything. You know?
We can learn also with this, you see, how to help, right? Because the shaker, the half shaker was for building the temple and for also for help for, right?
Yeah,
And
the community.
the community
needs.
and this show us how important it is to help and how we can help also, because again, you don't need to have a lot of money for help.
Right.
You could have help
Just one
with
small coin,
right with
even half a coin.
with a half coin. Yeah, so that's teach us also.
Just
the-
think about it. If everybody in America gave 1 quarter, you have a quarter. Do you think anybody, one person in America, in the whole America, doesn't have a quarter?
I think they have
Everybody.
everybody.
How many people in America?
Wow, millions.
Hundreds, millions.
Yeah.
Imagine every person gave 1 quarter to let's say some country, some small town in Africa, where they are starving, where they don't have food, and everybody gave 1 quarter. You could buy food for the whole of this town, maybe the whole country even,
It's unbelievable.
and give
right?
food for everybody. They won't be starving, you know.
But
That's the type of
but
thing.
that's power just will happen when we start to do together.
When we work together, and we feel
Alright,
like
will not be a half,
we are
will
whole.
be a unity, like you spoke. It's amazing. Make us strong. Make it the where we gonna help. Make strong also, because it's a lot of guys. It's like here we are here in the guys in Israel. If you, it's nice you send some money or call somebody and do some things, but if the whole community collect money, if the whole community start to call, start to visit it, it's different. It's the more power, right?
Right.
So
It's the power of everybody together.
everybody together.
This is a very powerful point we learned from this thing, and then the parsha goes on to talk about the lighting the menorah, the candelabra, which is a very big symbol in the Jewish faith. The menorah, everybody knows the candelabra with the 7 branches. That's in the temple. It was lit in the temple. It was a commandment. It was a commandment from God to Moses. Tell your brother Aaron, he is the priest, the high priest. He should make. He should make. You should make. Moshe should make first a menorah out of gold, solid gold, and then he said, your brother, the high priest, will light it. And every day they lit the menorah of 7 branches, and that's where we get the symbol. And this is the symbol. Even in Rome, they have this symbol, which is a carving of the menorah. Everybody used it.
Yeah.
It was even on the coins in Israel back in the day. Every coin, like we have today on the Liberty, has the coin in America has the
printed.
it has a stamp of the Statue of Liberty, free, like freedom. In Israel, the coin was the menorah, was the candle, the candelabra. This was the symbol of light. It was the symbol of light, to spread light. And the whole idea of the menorah and lighting the candle, what we still do today. After 3,000 years, we still, every Hanukkah, every holiday in the Hanukkah, everybody knows this in the whole world. It's the same time as the Christmas,
Yes,
it's the same fallout at the same time when there's everybody lights. But this came from the priest, from the high priest in the temple. Every day they lit the menorah, not one holiday, 1 week in the year, where they put up lights. Every day, because we need the high priest, the one who is a leader, is somebody who spreads light. He brings light to the people. He brings light to the world. If you are a leader, you must bring light. You must spread light. You must spread warmth, heat, and happiness and peace in the world, and your community, in your house, in your country. If you do the opposite, if you spread destruction and hate and corruption, you are the opposite.
Yes.
You are not the leader. You are
You're like a
you are the gangster.
yes, you're spirit like a dark.
Dark,
No light.
right? Like he said, what's his name? Well, I like that. He said there's dark forces in the world. El Salvador, what's his name? The president of the El Salvador.
Bukele. Bukele.
He said
Yes.
there are dark forces. He said It's true. He said, America, watch out. There are dark forces trying to get inside your country, and they will take over. This is the idea of the menorah. It's to light and to bring light, to bring clarity. Light is clarity. Light is not only a physical thing. You light a candle and the fire burns. That's physical. But we talk on spiritual. We talk Kabbalah.
Yes. Deep.
Clarity. Clarity is light. To see through with the eyes of the Torah, and to see clear what is good, what is evil. This is light. This is clarity. If you wear glasses that are black and dark, you don't see light. You see dark. But if you take it off, you see much light. You see a lot of light. So it depends on how we look at things. Sometimes we look at things and then we look at it and it's like dark.
Like
But the leader, the good leader, like the Rebbe, and many of the biggest leaders, they taught us how to look on with glasses that are light, to see light, to see always the good and clarity in the world, and to bring more of that energy, more of that light. And that is the symbol, is just lighting the menorah, lighting the candle. But that's not the point. The point is to spread light, to bring light. Everything you do, you can bring a light, or you can bring the opposite. You can bring dark. You can bring destruction, which is the opposite of the menorah, the opposite of the candles.
it's amazing. It's again the choice that we need to make. The choice to help or not help. The choice to be good or be bad.
Yeah.
The choice respect your family, your father, your wife,
Friends.
your friends, or not respect. That's all those things are things that you can choice.
It's our
You
choice.
are freedom. You are freedom.
We have free choice. God gave us free choice.
Yes, and that's we are talking about you can choose good things, and you can share these things for these good things that you are doing for other peoples. Make a chain, make a big
Chain reaction.
Yes, and if your sons look you doing good things, they will do also. If you help your dad, your kids will help you because he saw you before.
Yeah.
So you should be an example. It's like the tzedakah, the box of the tzedakah that we had before Shabbos. We need to put some coins, some money
Some
there.
charity. Yeah.
Charity. All the kids on table. Hey, go there. That's for you. Do this. We are doing. We are teaching him, and he are show us do. So they don't care. They will do. They don't.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't know why. They just will do because the dad did. Right.
Yeah.
So that's a good example.
People ask sometimes, like, how will my children behave with me when I'm old? You know, when I'm an old guy and I'm like falling down and I need help, and how will my children? I worry, like, what will my children do? How will they be with me, right? So the rabbi said, you know how your children will act with you? How you act with your dad now. If you act now with your dad good way, and you respect and you bring him, and dad, you love him and you help him all the time, your children will do that for you. You can't have like, oh, I want my children will respect me and will take care of me, and they will let me stay in their home, and they will take me when I'm old, and you don't call your dad. You don't call your dad for like 10 years, then say, hey dad, how are you? You will not have that.
On that
This is-
point,
yeah.
on that specific point, I started to build a house in Brazil,
Yes, you told them.
in the big house, and when I showed the project for my dad, he talked to me, he says, son, this is like, it's so big, you don't need this so big house, you don't need 5 bedrooms on your house. I said to him, Dad, I know, I agree with you, but you know what will happen? I have you and your wife, I have my mom and her husband. I have my wife, dads, and moms. And everybody should live with me. That's why I need 5 rooms on my house. Because you will be on that room, my mom will be on that room, my father-in-law will be on that room. Because who will take care of you?
Nice.
So
That's a good example.
He stay calm and understand me.
Yeah.
Because it's hard we building a house in Brazil. It's more hard we building a big house. But the purpose that I'm doing the big house, the purpose, it's nice.
Yeah.
You know, and
Perfect.
in that it's the point that you were talking. I saw my dad with my grandpa. I saw, and I take care with my grandpa. My grandpa died on my hands, my
Yeah.
arms.
Wow.
Yes, my grandma, the same,
What's
the
the-
same. I was in the hospital. The medical says she died. I go up on his bed and they start to make a compression.
Yeah.
And he start and the medical say when you stop, she will stop. And I continues until I have no more force. I say I'm done. And there was like medicals, nurse, everybody around crying, and they look at me on top to the bed and fighting, you know. So that's the same thing that I will do for my mom and I will do for my dad. So that's nice point that you
That's a really nice
you
point.
you
I mean,
spoke and we came.
that is a tremendous. That's one of the like the root and the foundation of the Torah, because it's one of the 10 Commandments. This is not just only for Jewish people. Like we have the Torah, we have a lot of commandments. Too many, 613.
Yes.
But the 10 Commandments is universal. Everybody knows not stealing and believe in faith in God.
Respect.
The last one is the respect your dad, the respect your parents. Why is it so important? They put it in the 10 Commandments. You could have put like Shabbat. I mean, they have Shabbat, but you could have put like, let's say, could have put,
The Pesach.
yeah, like you light the candles on the holiday. Put the light every
Yeah,
holiday. You
important
must light the
thing that
candle.
we
That's
do.
not the 10
Yeah.
Commandments. To honor and respect the parents is one of the 10 Commandments. This is most important.
And also respect your dad and moms, your parents, your fathers. And I will add life for you. It's so like that,
Yes.
right?
You will get long life.
Long life, yes. So it's
If we want to have a
The
long
reward-
life and good life,
the reward is so amazing.
simple. We need to
Right?
just have respect to the parents. Yeah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'aka hallelujah v'korah.
So that's nice. We nice, amazing point.
We
That
can transition from
wrote.
here into what you wanted to talk about, because this is very much the theme of the difference between evil and good, light and dark. People today don't know the difference. It's a very fine line between evil and dark and good. What is evil? What is good? What is dark and what is light? We talk about lighting the world up with the menorah, with the candle that symbolizes the menorah, the candle that we were commanded to light. What is light? What is the purpose of bringing clarity and light in the world? If we don't know what is light, what is good, what is not good, what is evil, what is not good. You have now a lot of countries and governments, they don't know. Some governments, they don't know what is light, what is good. What we think is good, they think is bad. What we think is bad, they think is good. So this is now a fight in civilization between what is good, what is evil, and what are we supposed to value? What is our value? Where do we need to be strong in our values? One thing I told you once, but this is so fascinating. I think about this a lot in the Talmud, and you can continue from here. Just one thing that in the Talmud, which is the most sacred, the greatest wisdom of all time. Thousands of years of wisdom from the rabbis, and in the old days, back in 500,000 years ago, the goyim, the Christians, the non-Jewish, they would study the Talmud. They knew it better than you and me. the priest would go to the rabbi. He would say, "Hey,
Yes.
tell me, what does this mean? I studied this. I don't understand. What is it? Explain me what it is." They knew all this wisdom. It talks about medicine. It talks about healing. It talks about how to live a
Health,
life,
yeah.
healthy life, all these things. But one of the things that's so fascinating in the Talmud, it says, how do you know when a society is corrupt, is like completely like lost, is corrupt? When people can steal from another, or people can beat up somebody in the middle of the street. Somebody will come, beat up somebody, and nobody do nothing. Nobody say anything. Nobody stop. Or some people can go and steal in the store. They'll just rip everything out the store, and people will just stand by and take pictures. They won't even stop. They will take pictures. Hey, look, yeah, this guy, he's stealing, and they will put it on social media. Will be not instead. In the old days, if the guy will do something bad, the big guy, the dad, or he's a guy who is inside, who see this, he will go, he will grab him. Hey, what do? You are not doing this. This is dangerous. You cannot do it, and will stop.
Let me ask you, see.
And this, let me just finish this. The Talmud says, when you have a society and they don't understand what is bad, what is evil, and they can just look at somebody beat another person on the ground, and they will not stop to help him, you know that society is finished, is corrupt, is like on the way down, will be no good in this place. Everything will collapse if you don't be careful, if you don't start to change. So this is something so big.
What do you think about those kind of things that you are talking comes normal? Because
This is what I'm saying. This is what the Talmud is exactly what the Talmud. It means that the
it's
society.
starting the collapse.
Yes, it's already collapsed.
Okay, all right. So from this point, devil and evil bad guys, leaders, the real leaders that could should share lights. We have like a lot of different leaders on the world, and we have some leaders that are talking about a lot and good speech, and we have like a strong leaders on the world. We are not talk about what they said, because you can find on YouTube a lot. We are talking about Bukele, about the president of the Argentina, forgot his name now, and also I want to talk about the president of my country. Last week he spoke one specific thing about the war on Israel and Palestine, and until the beginning of this war, he are not coming like talking good things. I will explain better. Here show us which side he is, and we can see, right? Everybody knows the politics. It's so divided. We have a left side. It's everybody Orthodox guys. It's left side. Hey, should there be money for everybody, or the big guys, the rich guys that need to divide his money, and on the other side we have the right guys say, hey, no, we need to do the correct things. We need to do, things like that. And what happened? It is we can see the difference, and you follow the idea that represent you. And the president, he spoke about the war, and he compared what Israel are doing, try to rescue the peoples, right? Israel are trying to rescue the peoples that was stole captive, and that's the main point.
He compared it to what?
He said Israel are going there, are killing the civils, are killing the civilians, the kids, going to the hospital. Israel are doing the same like the Holocaust. He used this word. He compared what Israel are doing now on war with Palestine, with the Holocaust that happened with us. I'm talking with us because I'm on this point. I'm like a Jew. I'm talking about the Jew. If you guys, if the president or somebody talk about the Jew, I talk about me also. So that's why I'm here, and I'm talking about the president of my country that not represent me. He are not talk for me. He are talk for himself. So he spoke those things last few weeks, and the media, the social media, the left side doesn't say nothing bad. We had a bad relationship on the last week also with the first minister Netanyahu and the Brazilian, the guy that represent the Brazilian Israel. He say, hey, come here and talk to me what your president said. That's not true. He can't talk like that. And they spoke, and what he said, the president will not say apologize. He said what he would say, right? We had this point. We have other point. We had when the war started and some Brazilian guys was on Palestine, and the board was closed. Nobody can go out. The Brazilians sent the flight from there and took the guys, and the president was there. Wait, the guys, you come, welcome, you guys are safe. And we have a lot Brazilian guys that died on the war fighting with Israel. We have guys, Brazilian guys that was dying on the first attack from the Palestine.
In the party, there were a lot of Brazilians in the party.
Yes.
The Nova Festival.
Yes.
They were killed.
And our president didn't speak nothing.
Didn't say anything.
Didn't say anything. He didn't say, hey guys, how you are, how was, and the lady was a lady, Brazilian lady, says, Israel, are doing all the support with me, the psychological, the medical, home, food, everything that I need. Israel are doing for me like for months, and nobody from Brazil call me or call my dad or the moms or dads for the guys that died for talk to him. Nothing. So we can see what are happening. But you can think this is a simple thing, but it's the point that we're gonna bring and share, because the bad, the hard, the heavy things start with the simple things. The Holocaust didn't start with the end. They didn't took the Jewish guys, put in jail and start to kill. They start to separate. They start easily, quickly, calm. Say, hey, you guys are so nice, but if you guys stay there, it's better than you'll be here. They start to talk about on Brazil now. They start to talk for we don't buy on Jewish stores. You know what it means? This happened on Holocaust, on Alemany, German, a lot of countries have happened the same thing that they are doing on Brazil now. You start to buy, oh, don't buy there, and after, hey, you can't get in on here, hey, you can't pray, or hey, here, oh, you should live on that place, hey, you when there are everybody there, hey, you know why? Those guys should be leave from there, from leave our country. That's it's the beginning. That's how the things happen. And we need open our eyes for these simple things that are starting, that are in the beginning. And I'm called the friends and the leaders on my city, the Christian guys, the leaders, because you guys believe in peace also like us, and under religion everybody are human, everybody need respect, and they need to be like treated like human.
Yes.
Right? So you guys can't accept this thing happen with other religion. Why? because start with that religion and after come for your religion. If you don't do nothing for help your neighborhood, after times somebody will knock on the door and say, hey, now it's your time because your neighbor to left and your neighbor to right goes away, now it's your time. Oh no, but I'm not there. They don't care, right, Yossi?
Yeah,
They don't
yeah,
care.
yeah.
So what we want to
You
talk.
see this happening, by the way. You see this happening now. We talked about this before, but you see this happening now in a lot of the Middle Eastern countries where 50, 60, 70 years ago, 100 years ago, there may have been a few 100,000 Jews in each of the Middle Eastern countries, talking about Yemen, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, Iran, and many others. There were thousands, hundreds of thousands of Jews that lived in these countries. They lived there for decades, and they lived peacefully. But after a time, there was anti-Semitism, and the Arabs, they started to persecute them and kick them out and make trouble for them so much that the Jews, they ran away because they couldn't live there. And now there's no Jews. You go to Yemen, you won't find one Jew. Go to Iraq, you maybe find half a Jew. In Syria, there's no Jews, maybe 10 left because they are hiding. In Iran, there are like one community, like 10 Jews, like a small. All the Jews left, they ran away. Of Iran, in Syria, in Yemen, in Lebanon. Lebanon, there's no Jews. If a Jew lived today in Lebanon, they will kill him. If a Jew live in Yemen, where the Houthis are firing rockets on the sea every day, if they catch a Jew now living there, they will kill him. So no Jews live there, they ran away. But what's happening, this already happened 50 years. 40, 50 years ago, the Jews, they ran away from these countries. They left all their wealth, all their money, and they ran away. They ran to Israel. That's why we went back to Israel, because we didn't have anywhere we couldn't stay in those places. They kill us. What is happening now? The Christians, it's their turn. Now the Arabs in Yemen and in Syria, Iraq, they are persecuting all the Christians. I looked in the news. They burned down the synagogues and all the church, everything of the Christians. They threw them out. They stole their houses. They are beating them and persecuting like crazy, and they can't do anything because they are a minority. This is now happening with the Christians. What happened to the Jewish people 50 years ago?
And what we need to talk about, and we need not agree with those things.
We need to talk up. We need to speak up and stand up
talk
for these
about
people.
and talk about. This video I will try translate for Portuguese, and I will send to some Brazilian guys, Brazilian friends, Brazilian leaders from my city, and we're gonna try to talk about more those things. We need to forget a little bit more the money, the material things that we just work hard, because in those things will make sense if we had somebody compression us. It doesn't make sense if you have a car and you can't drive. Doesn't matter if you have $1 million on your account if you can't expand.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So
If you can't live peacefully in your own country, in your own neighborhoods, in your own community, because you're
Yes.
worried that if your kids go outside, they will be, stole,
Yes.
or they will be beaten, or they will be raped, or it's going on all the countries. I heard in Argentina, in Venezuela, and in a lot of places, and for sure in the Middle East, in Syria, in Iraq.
a lot.
It's happened like every day. It's normal. The people look and they don't care. This is the what I said before. The proof that the society is collapsed. In these countries, they don't care. In Iraq, if a guy will go and he will grab a young girl who's like 10 years, grab her and say, I won't marry her, they will do nothing. The police won't stop him. They will do nothing. He will give the police $100, $1,000, whatever it costs, and he will say, you can do whatever you want, and the family can't do anything.
Guys, that's the word that we want. That's the word that
That's
you
what's
want
happening.
for your kids, for your family. Now we have more power than before. We have the internet, and the internet give the power for every person
To talk.
to talk. You don't need to talk on internet. You don't need to have the channel, YouTube, Instagram, nothing. But you should talk with your kids, with your neighborhood. You should talk about. It's not a discussion. It's not a discussion. It's not a fight. It's talking. Hey, bro, what do you think about this? Oh, you think this? Bro, you should think better because maybe this could be bad for those guys and after be bad for us. So we need to talk about more about those specific things, specific points that it's not comfortable talk, but we need, because we are listening the big leaders that are grow up is talking about this. We never saw on those big meetings that happen with the European Union, those big meetings. We never saw the leaders talk about like on the opposite way, and we saw this like 4 years before with Bolsonaro on Brazil. He goes there and he talk about he was strong. We saw this with Argentina president now year ago,
Yeah.
and he was there. He talked strong, and the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe, the Bukele, the El Salvador president, he spoke strong again. So what happened? Some wake ups. Some guys
They're
are
waking up, right.
waking up, and he are
Starting to see the light.
and he are start to put his body, his face for fight, for be dead, for be died, for be the guys will target. You say, hey, you are wrong, you are a bad guy. What do you talk about?
Yeah,
You say
threatening.
just you are talk about this, no more. But that's the truth that he are talk about.
Yeah.
So that's the leader sharing the light, but and you can follow the light. Wherever is dark, if we have one little light, you can see on the darkness, right? And you can follow. Oh, I can see has a light far away, but I can see a little point. You can follow that point. If you can see, it's the beginning. It's the beginning, because if you can't see, you will be on darkness forever. But if you can see, until you're not there yet, but if you can see, it's the beginning, it's the start. And we need to avoid those kind of talks of words we can't accept. We need we need express our opinion. We need
Yes.
you vote on that guy, all right, but what he spoke, it is what you want spoke. That's the point, because it's normal your president, the guy that you vote, don't you don't agree with all the things that he think.
Right.
Maybe he want to do some things that you don't agree, but for the other guy he is better than you think. But you should talk about the things that you not agree. If not, you will be complice. On Brazil say
Complicit.
complicit. You know, I can talk about a little bit. I mean, the Biden, he is abortion guy. He's abortion guy.
Abortion.
Abortion.
Abortion,
He
He believes in
he
abortion.
believes in. He say yes. We need to build in hospital for
abortion.
who wanna go there. Some guys vote on Biden, but didn't agree with him.
Right.
It's bad point, because he will do one bad thing that you don't agree.
Right. That's
Right.
normal. That's
but
always
you,
gonna happen.
you should talk about this,
But you
because
should go
if you
through
not,
that, right.
you will
be
be
complicit.
looked with him. Hey, oh, you vote him, so you agree with it? No, I'm not. I'm not. But you are not, okay. But where you spoke? I didn't listen. You spoke about this. You are not agree. And
Right.
if you don't spoke, you agree.
Right.
If you don't say not, you say yes. You are saying yes.
Right.
If you don't say, hey, I'm not agree with
In
this,
the, Tal- in
you
the
are
Talmud, in the Talmud, there's a very famous saying that says, it's a wisdom,
Uh-huh.
and it says, if you are quiet, if you don't say anything, you are you agree, you are complicit, right? So if somebody asks you, did you steal my phone? Did you steal my phone? And you don't answer, that means you stole it. Because if you didn't steal it, you will say, no, I didn't steal it. I didn't steal your phone, right? If you don't answer and you're quiet, then the Talmud says you are complicit. You agree with this thing. So if you see something that's evil, that's bad, and you don't say anything, means you agree with it.
Yeah.
So the same thing with the society. If we see somebody beating up someone in the street, like I saw, and you don't stop and don't shout, hey, what are you
Will be
doing? Get us,
normal.
call the police. I agree with this. That
Yeah.
means it's okay.
Yeah.
And my children will think it's okay too as
Yeah.
well.
If it happen with your children, with your wife, you can't talk. You
Yeah.
can't, because you saw happen with the other guy before. You did nothing.
Right.
You agree.
Yeah.
So now it happened with you. What do you talk? Hey guys, you are hitting my wife. Yes, but you saw I hitting the somebody there and you didn't nothing.
Right?
So that's how work. Yes. Nice point.
Very nice.
I'm nice. It was.
That's good. That's good. That's a great topic. That's a great topic. I think I just want to I want to say one thing that's to clarify, and this is probably a very contentious, and you can argue with this, but this is my view, that in the Bible you always had wars, you always had the evil people, right? Amalek, you had the people that were called evil, and you had people who were good, and God gave them the power to fight in wars and to win the wars. And God even told the people, the Jewish, the Hebrew people, at certain times, and other people, He told them to go and conquer a land. Right? When the country was was a bad country, they went. So what makes it right or wrong when you have to do a war? And I think the difference is when you have a people, a country that wants peace, it wants to live peace with everybody. It wants to live, just be peaceful, work with everybody. They don't start a fight. They don't start a war, right? And they are trying to bring more peace and promote peace. This is good. When you have another country that always wants to antagonize, always wants to try to fight, always want to try to cause trouble, always want to try to kill and
Kill
find
what?
a way to kill somebody in this country. This shows that this country is already corrupt, is already evil. And the only way, sometimes you can do it with political. You can talk to them, you can say, hey, let's make peace, let's do a deal, and the people will respond and they will make peace, like Israel did with Egypt.
Uh-huh.
And they did with Jordan. So you have a case where you can go to a country, you can say, look,
talk.
we were fighting for many years, let's sit down and we talk, and the country can start and to build on peace and respect. And when you have certain country, not a country, but certain people, groups of people, they are so evil that they don't want to talk. They just want to kill, they want to steal and kill and do bad things. And you try to talk to them and make peace,
They don't care.
they don't care. The only way, and this is from the Torah, the Bible says, the only way to get rid of it is to get rid of it. You need to
From the roots.
get the roots out, and then you start again. You start with the good people. So sometimes you say, well, what is bad? How can you go and kill innocent people if they are also innocent? So why is one war okay and another war is not okay? That's, I think, is the difference. Because again, if you have a nation that is always trying to kill and blow people up and kill everybody and cause complete chaos, and you try to talk to them, and you try to make deal, and you try to make peace, and it doesn't work, then God in the Bible said, you need to go and take away this evil, destroy the people, and you don't destroy everybody, but you destroy the roots. You take away the bad roots, and then you can start with a fresh, like a good society. So nobody wants this to happen in our society, but you see this happen in different countries in the world, where they've gone so corrupt and so evil that there's no other way. They don't have any moral compass. Even other countries, there are some countries in Africa today that
immoral.
They do whatever they want.
Yeah,
they steal everybody's big things.
It sounds like they live on the other, like 1,000 years ago.
Right.
They don't live in this time.
And nobody really does anything. Nobody's watching. Nobody cares. It's like us. We're watching, but we don't care. We just say, well, that's over there in Africa. This is not. It's far, so it doesn't hurt me. So we don't need to worry about it. But we know it's happening. We know some of these countries are so corrupt and so evil. If it was back in the time of the Bible, like Sodom and Gomorrah, God would tell the leader, go and destroy this whole country, take all the roots of the people that are bad, and get them completely out, so you can help the people start again. And this you have still today. You still have this today, unfortunately. Very small, but you have this today, fortunately.
It's amazing.
Nice.
Good first day, guys. Thank you for watching, for this, for stay with us this time. Thank you so much.
This
Good
was
week.
great. Have a great week. Make it great, and bring more light and
Be a
peace.
menorah.
Be a menorah. Be a candelabra.
Be a good leader.
Be a leader.
On your house, for your kids, for your neighbor, for your family, for your friends. Be a leader for your family, your friends. Be a different guy that they look you like a light, look you different. Hey, why you look so different? What are you doing? What are you using your beer? That's not my beer, man. That's the word. And you are, when you talk, you will bring different feels for the guys that are around you.
Yeah.
Try to share this nice energy and be a grateful guy, right?
Yes, this is great. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.